pop from the ground. That's exactly where E wants him at every stage. Doesn't matter the stage, doesn't matter the percentage, doesn't matter how many stocks. As long as Falco is bereft of options, free juggle state, free damage, potentially free ledge control. And if the winner's final match was any indication, Mr. E just wants to lock his opponent down at the ledge.
He wants to lock him down at the ledge, but at that point, he was swinging at nothing. Tilde taking full advantage of it, fading back though, right? Just jumping back, waiting for Mr. E's next ledge option, and able to get so many hits. Oh my god.
Whole lot of swinging going on for that early damage. But Tilde gives up the ledge. He can afford to do that, actually. In a matchup like this, he could afford to just sort of give the space for E to come back on. If it's a true return to neutral and he's got that space as you were establishing, then he has plenty of openings for finding more damage or potentially early kills.
Okay, goes in through the side B. There it is, yep. Really, really good, consistent, solid kill confirmed for Falco. Tilde able to open off so aggressively, he gets the dash attack extension, which actually ended up trading.
I didn't even see the button. I think it was forward air, but like I couldn't even see. He was just ready to mash. He did not want to deal with it.
Okay, ooh, and then it goes right into it, maybe anticipating Tilde going in. I'm not sure what's going on here, but Tilde's just looking amazing right now.
You can't be forward airing in his face. You can't let it happen. We're going to be seeing so much of that up B out of pressure. Like, it's just a simple but effective option that we've seen time and time again. And it's something to be expected when you have an opponent that just lives in the air.
Okay, just really good ledge trapping that time around. Went through the second neutrality to catch that jump out of shield and led and punished that option. Got that stock off. 98% is quite a bit of damage to make up at this point, but misspacing the back heel, actually not able to get the kill confirm. All of a sudden, Mr. Lee has a second chance to make something happen with the second stock.
I just want to bring it up. My dude just rolled like 3 times towards center stage from the ledge. I'm a little sick that Tilde didn't do anything with it. And that's one thing that I love about matches like this, where the punishes can be truly explosive. Is sometimes you don't expect your opponent to go for something so silly. You get that little bit of breathing room just from errant options.
But okay, really good trade there for Mr. Lee, actually, because he is still the one in control of the situation, rolls in, and Tilde not able to punish it in time. The amount of neutral Bs that he is going for, and they're just connecting.
What we've been seeing a lot of Tilde trying to threaten with a forward air, threaten with air, know that it's not going, and then flickering his shield. That's a very early adaptation. He's trying to just get out of his line, because, as you mentioned, worst case scenario, we get a little bit of poke, a little bit of damage. It's nothing big. But if that ends up slapping on shield after a couple of forward airs or an air, that's just a free stock.
Okay, comes back on here, tries to get a little bit funny with it, goes for the immediate up B, but he has no double jump. But luckily, Lucina's floatiness gives him the amount of drift that he needs to make it back on. Falco has to go deep. That's going to be an up B. That's going to be a counter every single day of the week. Mr. Lee has the punish waiting again and again, as many times as it takes.
No.
Okay.
Finally saw the angle change from Tilde. Now, he does manage to close out the stock.
All for naught. All for naught.
That's so funny.
Falling out of that side be a little bit unfortunate for Mr. Lee. That should have been his hit, and then Tilde was just able to play out of that situation so well. Looking to catch that jump. Mr. Lee landing so safe with the falling up airs, and now setting up a juggle. This is not good for Tilde.
It's the damage that E needs. We've seen Tilde retreating to beneath these platforms or on top of it, baiting some sort of approach from E, and then punishing accordingly. Now that E is threatening that space, there's so much to be garnered from Lucina being able to threaten the platforms.
Mr. Lee is such like a simple game plan. At mid-range, all that he's really doing is like alternating shield and fade back aerials. When he's sitting on the platform, he's just looking for fade back forwarders. He's playing really, really patiently here, and the one time he goes in, he maybe wants to catch like a jump from Tilde, but he gets punished for it.
The main issue with the simplicity in the game plan, while yes, it is a sense of correct answers and options, it's about the execution. We felt that roar from the wind there. You saw that in the camera. He's plugged in. He is here to win. No questions asked. Look at the focus in his eyes.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. That was a little funny situation for Tilde. Don't miss you text. Mr. Lee was so confident that Tilde would either like miss his deck or like get up in place. That was the thing that he was looking for. He scouted it and he punished it. He yelled.
He did. No, he roared.
We heard it across the venue.
There was a little bit of an echo back here to backstage. It's kind of wild. I love it, though. And what I was going to highlight before proving in real time is that, yes, sometimes when it comes to Lucina, and especially when it comes to fighting against Spaceys, your options are very simple. It's so easy for someone to just couch coach you into what the right answer is. But all of it is predicated on solid reactions. E has proven time and time again that he has those reactions. But right alongside that is the execution, so that you don't just do it too much. You don't over-position yourself. You don't swing too early. Having that little bit of hesitation, that sense of control over what you're doing is pivotal to making such a simple game plan work for you.
I love the way that Mr. Lee flickers his shield whenever he's edge guarding and ledge trapping, because he's just trying to discourage Tilde from going through any aggressive options. That counter though.
No, we're not done yet. We're not done yet.
I choked up a little bit and I was like, wait a second. This interaction is not finished playing out yet.
No. This has been a situation that he has been in so many times with so many different players, so many different characters. It's like, yeah, they're coming back. I know this isn't surefire, but I'm still going.
Okay, but you know what, Tilde just cleaning up that stock nice and easy, waiting on those Town and City platforms, just waiting for all that Angel Platinum vulnerability to dissipate. Couple of up tilts, Tilde, king of the resets, baby, waited out that air dodge and got a punish for it too.
So much floating around with short hop air dodges too from both players. They really don't want to get frisky in the air against each other.
Okay, like that F smash to potentially call out a preemptive side B. Tilde didn't go for it. He was nice and patient.
And now also, you put the fear in his mind. You remind Tilde that, all right, I don't just get to do that. If he is willing to just swing like an animal, I don't get to be frisky. But swinging like an animal Tilde is, as he manages to secure himself a swift lead.
F3 to set up a bit of stage control though. Really good double jump away to make sure that he wasn't stuck on those platforms. Mr. Lee trying to space him out, but Tilde just keeps on fading back as much as he can. Goes for the edge guard, doesn't actually pan out, but the down and still ends up trading.
I like that. That was a really smart adaptation from E. He saw the positioning, he saw this opportunity, just attack on just that smidge of damage, but also gets himself free stage positioning.
Okay, maybe looking for that back air to catch a potential double jump from Tilde. Mr. Lee just needs a way to be able to close here, and all it takes is one bad landing on his shield. He is always ready to up B out of shield. It is such a comfy, cushiony option in this case.
It really is just the wake-up DP smash.
Oh, yeah.
And it really is just such a reliable option for E because he knows when he can get away with it. It's not like it's one of those habits where he'll just always do it. But when he does do it, it pays off.
Tilde. That's the Tilde. Every single time that he's on Town and City, he always manages to guess the timing. He knows the timing. He looks at the clock, but that does not matter. You're stuck at the ledge here. How do you actually make it back on? Not against Mr. E, you do not. He is able to react to the goal. You have to go through those high recoveries, and Falco is amazing at those.
Camping? Oh, I'm so here for this.
He has to.
No, that's that
Mr.
top
E is
shelf
covering the
bitch-made play that I love seeing.
Oh, man. Looking for to just catch a dash into the goal. Tilde is just down in place, gets the up tilt, huge back here, doesn't actually get the stock quite yet. Up B's back on, waiting in shield, always just so patient here. This isn't anybody's stock.
It's a game of chicken. Who's going to jump out of shield first? Because they both know they've got those damn good punishes.
Okay, that down tilt's so safe. The get up attack just catching Mr. Lee's next option. Okay, setting up the edge guard. This is huge. They're just exchanging blows.
They are. It's just blow for blow. No one's giving. There's so much space between both of these characters. A beautiful clank.
I'm sorry. Was that a grounded forward clank with the up tilt? Either way, it does not matter. Mr. Lee closing out that game, closing out that stock. I want to replay that last situation really quickly. I'm just really curious what that up tilt was.
Hold on. First, the beautiful edge guard.
Oh, the back hit of the Dolphin Slash. The fact that it still lets you continue that is ridiculous.
It's so funny.
Oh, man. I gotta say, Mr. Lee just so steady. If anything, you know, he is a steady player. He does not rush in those situations. He does not press something that he really shouldn't. He was just going blow for blow with Tilde at the very end.
You know, it's funny to me. I saw Eric on day 2 of Defend the North. And that's so unfortunate for Tilde. Yo, he really just sort of has to hold all that. Falco's head is so big.
That's unfortunate for both Mr. E that his up tilt didn't actually connect. That is unfortunate for Tilde.
No, that's...
That he didn't get the falling forwarder, but the fact that the grounded hitbox clanked with the up tilt.
If Falco wasn't a Muppet, Tilde would have had the punish that he always wants. Because he always looks for that kind of aggressive reversal.
Yeah.
That's just unfortunateness.
What did Tilde press there to get hit? But I don't think I have enough time to actually look at that. It felt like he was actionable after the directional angle dodge. He was not stuck in that much lag, but that was something that Tilde was doing a lot. Tilde was recovering high, going to those side town and city platforms, and Mr. Lee wasn't able to get there in time. Now Mr. Lee was able to do so, and he positioned himself to punish Tilde on that last stock. He's up 2-0, winner's side. Tilde has a lot of games to win if he wants a chance at this.
There's no shot that in this entire top 12, the only other 3-0 we get is grand finals, right? Not a shot. Because so far, we've been seeing game 4s after game 4s after game 4s. To say nothing of all of the game 5s that has brought us to this. Is E playing with that much finesse that he could just bring it on home? He just knows he's that guy?
He's adapting, he's reacting, he's playing out of shield. Again, like his ledge trapping has been so consistent, and he has just not been letting up in the slightest. Okay.
And a lot of his play has been fluid as well, like where he's choosing to position, where he's choosing to challenge Tilde. It hasn't been especially concrete. Like he's seeing how Tilde is adapting in these situations, and he's just saying, all right, well, I've been in this situation before. I know what to swing here. And you just do that for so many different little situations, so many little happenstances he's just ready for.
Okay, tries to catch maybe some sort of a late grab out of shield there, just in case that Tilde held onto shield after he hit his shield, but it does not matter. Right now, Mr. Lee, again, the same situation. He is ledge trapping people. He is just getting so many different little hits until he finds his closer. Tilde able to get his double jump back by landing on that platform. What's he going to do here? He goes for the dash grab just in case Tilde held onto shield. I
like that, though, because he was positioned to threaten with up tilt, so he would have been able to really catch anything. And worst case scenario, he's safe. All right, plats are abound. How does Tilde take advantage of the situation? He's doing a little bit of twirling. Unfortunately, it catches him right into Lucina's open arms, almost losing a stock out of the up throw.
He goes to that platform, and you know what? Mr. Lee was in a position to threaten both the platform and in between them. He was looking for either a double jump forward or, hey, directional air dodge into me. I am the player that is capable of reacting. If anybody can do it, Mr. Lee can.
He's just in the right place at the right time. It doesn't matter what the option needs to be. He can be there for it.
But you know what? Tilde keeping it as even as he possibly can. He needs that big opening. He needs to get something started. That's not a drag down. That's just going to be the tech chase. But he gets 2 of them.
He's looking to just set up the ledge play from when the plats come into play. He just needs to buy time. And if he gets percentage along the way, well, that's just a bonus.
Okay, gets a little bit of a side B here. Trying to swat him away. Again, Mr. Lee's corner pressure has just been so good, but Tilde recognized that he went up. He was able to go down and around with that side B to get back on.
Oh, that was great with the catch of the up tilt. It could have been huge damage, but still, it's mounting very quickly in favor of E. Does not find the lower ledge play. So they're just looking for a more reserved return to stage, build up more damage before getting to bold. It's a safe call.
All right, backing off a little bit here, and just, again, spacing out all these forwards. Tilde keeps coming back on with a lot of these different side Bs as Mr. Lee tries to cover high. I want to just see him stick it at that point in the stage. Just stay there, stay planted. Tilde is going to be so much less comfortable coming back on.
He is playing like a man possessed for this set. I'm just going to keep it real. Every time that he could be in the right place at the right time, where the onus is on him to be very proactive in his positioning, he's just there. He's just ready. We've seen very few incorrect guesses from E. And any situation where E has been faltering, it's been more to the credit of Tilde just reacting and punishing accordingly. Like we're going to see there.
Yeah, Tilde catching the next ledge option and maybe just waiting out for all of, Mr. Lee's safety to end up running out. Does not matter, gets that side B. What is he going to do here? Well, Falco's double jump just allows you to go to those side platforms, but still, you whiff a down tilt, you're in an excellent position to react, and it was up to Mr. Lee to do so, and he still gets that punish.
Good landing with the forward air, and now we're bringing in the combos. Oh, yo, he wanted it so bad.
He wanted it so bad, he didn't fully commit to the bit. He doesn't get the down air into the back air. That would have been huge if he had just short hopped instead.
Nah, you could, listen, Dara, you could smell the blood in the water right now. It's getting bad. He is on the verge of taking Defend the North with a clean 3-0. But Tilde will not allow it.
Wow, he kept himself in the game.
It's like I said like a set or two ago. Tilde knows how to buck up under pressure.
He knows how to respond well. He was just, again, never like really overcommitting on that last stock. He was waiting for the one opening. He found the kill confirm. Okay, great. We're going to go on to the next game. That felt like almost like an anticlimactic finish to the game because I was like anticipating like another repeat of game one where it's like they're both at 120 and they're going blow for blow. We're not going to be so lucky that time around. Well, rather, Mr. Lee's not going to be so lucky.
No, it's just a really good call out from Tilde. He saw the position, he saw the damage. He's like, all right, hold that. And
oh, he was trying to get fancy with those footstools, wasn't he?
hey, listen, that's how you got to do sometimes when you need that damage to catch up and when you need that momentum to swing back to your favor. Sometimes you need a bit of a heavier push on the pendulum, but
Mr. Lee swung when he really shouldn't have in this position, and that was like a little bit tragic. Had he had just air dodged, he would have been alive. He would have been able to keep on playing the game, but he pressed the button until they punished him for it because he was still just plus enough.
It's those opportunities Tilde's always looking for. It doesn't matter what the characters, doesn't matter who the player is, but he has not given him a lot of those opportunities at all. We finally see a crack in the armor, and Tilde just takes a shot, and it lands flawlessly, and it brings us to the 2-1 count. At the very least, we have a game 4 set ahead of us. Tilde finally got some wind under his wings. That's all he needs.
Openings.
That's all he needs, and the reset could be just as good as theirs.
Yeah, so going into his next game, I'm trying to think about like what could happen a little bit differently here. I feel like Tilde was getting back onto stage a lot against Mr. Lee. He could just try to go for a couple more counters, or maybe just planting his feet on the stage and not always looking to punish a high recovery attempt.
Given that we're moving to Stadium 2 for the next match, I'm curious to see, once again, how do these platforms come into play? I know Tilde is going to want to combo off him. I know he's going to want to be able to retreat to them. We saw a ton of that off the Town and City. But he is looking just as comfortable being able to threaten that space. Tilde defends it with his dear life, but once he is there, that's a lot of damage. That's free stage control. That's, most importantly, free ledge pressure.
Ooh, tries to go through the down, and that was the call out, but alas, 2 fights to the left, Tilde just able to punish it successfully with the up air, and now back at the ledge again, goes through the up as an early punish, and using his directional air dodge, Tilde kept himself alive.
And that's the first time that we've seen Tilde return to the stage like that. And generally speaking, a very bold call out against Lucina. Unfortunately,
speaking of bold call outs, that's going to be one. Mr. Lee landing with that side B. Yep. If you jumped, if you spot dodge, if you did anything in that position besides hold onto your shield, you're going to get hit and you're going to die.
Yeah, speaking of Tilde setting up for it, doesn't get the hit on down air that he likes, but that's 136 on Lucina. And the correct read at the ledge with the up smash. He didn't move an inch. He knew exactly where he needed to be. And E-bit hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right now, that's going to be another F throw. Mr. Lee just trying to get a couple of hits here, but at that low percent, when you don't get to knock people off that far away onto stage, eventually Tilde is just going to guess right and come back on. Comes back on with the high recovery, but Mr. Lee was ready with an up B out of shield on reaction. Oh no.
That was really wonky. Falco's got a lot of ways to return to the stage there, so I wasn't too worried for Tilde, but that was a very strange situation for E to be able to properly edge guard, because that could have gone awry very easily.
Couple of up tilts, able to get an up air as well, but unfortunately for Tilde, Mr. Lee able to trade on the way back down, and you can't get that aggressive with those hitboxes on the way back up. Mr. Lee knows that it's going to come. Great, he's going to sit and shield and up B, you know, and have a good time.
It's what we've seen all throughout this top 12. E does not want to give you that opportunity to breathe. Whether it's a combo breaker or whether it's just a get-off-me tool, a safe reset to neutral, up B has proven to be classic.
Just spacing really safely here. Comes back on with the side B, forcing Tilde to the ledge. The up air a little bit too soon. Mr. Lee could have jumped later, but it does not matter. He is holding on to center stage. He's not giving up the space, and he's just waiting for Tilde to press too aggressively on his shield. I want to see some more grabs out of Tilde. I feel like that is sort of the adaptation he needs to punish all the shield that he conditioned.
But then you have to worry, does up B hit you once again? And once enough of those connect, that percentage is climbed to the point where that whiffed grab could be your last.
We'll just have to wait and see. Mr. Lee's platform pressure has been so good thus far.
There's not a lot of time to wait. There's not a lot of time left for Tilde. Those percentages are climbing, and E is pushing further and further towards the ledge. It's getting very dangerous very quickly, and Tilde has not found the ground to get that strong hit to even up the stock count.
Okay, he finally is able to reset neutral. He's holding on to center stage here, and he catches the goal in, but misses the kill confirm, and he is going to get punished for it, absolutely. If I'm Tilde, I am kicking myself for it. That's the high recovery. That's going to be the up B out of shield, and that's going to be Mr. E as your DTN 2023 SSBU champion.
He came into this top 12 looking like this was his trophy to walk away with. This was his, and he just needed to remind everyone else. And the play was truly immaculate from E. The beauty to the simplicity of his Lucina play here, there really wasn't anything super fancy. Truly, and that's okay.
Yep.
You don't need to be fancy. You don't need to fish for clips. You don't need to remind everyone that you are just Lucina Master 9000. You just need to be clean. You just need to be consistent, and you win.
And ultimately, the two biggest things were this. A, when it came to neutral, Mr. E was just safe and seemed like an impenetrable fortress, right? He was spacing safely. He was reacting in the best possible positions. Number two, he was responding to all of Tilde's aggression and hitboxes, and Tilde seemed almost a little bit lost at the ledge. The way that Mr. Lee was alternating shield, he was able to find countless out of shield options.
Yep.
Tilde did not know how to get back on. Tilde did not know how to actually pressure shield. Tilde as a player loves hitting your shield, loves walking away and letting you press something so that he can find a punish. And he is not getting away with that in this matchup.
It was cut and dry.
Yeah.
And while there were blips of life from Tilde, while we did see, of course, his patented combo game, we saw really good reactions from Tilde as well, and plenty of offstage mix-up. It just wasn't enough.
When it came to the neutral, he wasn't able to initiate as many as he would have liked. He was going hit for hit in, like the other previous game, I believe in game 3. He was able to get some really huge openings. In this one, not so much. Dropping that kill confirm was tragic and not the way that you want it to go out at all. You only got one person to kick for yourself, and that's going to be you after that.
Hey, listen, he's got a silver medal to show for it, whether he's proud of it or not. But it is Mystery who's walking away with the trophy for Ultimate for Defend the North. Thank you so much for joining myself and Dara for this, but make sure to stay tuned. We're going to head on over to the house because we got Street Fighter 6 coming up to
Street Fighter
close
6
out.
is going to be an incredible time. Everybody, thank you so much for listening to us talk about video games. Follow us on our respective Twitters. And yeah, let's head over to Street Fighter. We got some cool matches coming up.
I'm live. Just smile. Smile.
We can't have shit in this house.
I feel a little bit of my cheeks got flushed.
Okay, you're cold.